This is a 10th year Scott Lackman has hosted Two Up at the Caboolture RSL each Anzac Day afternoon. The success of this event was no exception this year, with record crowds all round, and money raised goes to help returned servicemen. Two Up is a traditional Australian gambling game involving a designated spinner throwing 2 coins or pennies into the air. Players gamble on whether the coins will fall both heads up, obverse, or both tails up, reverse, or with 1 coin a head and 1 a tail, known as odds. It is traditionally played on Anzac Day in pubs and clubs throughout Australia, Caboolture being no exception, in part to mark a shared experience with diggers throughout the ages. The game is traditionally played with pennies. Their weight, size and surface design make them ideal for the game. Weight and size make them stable on the kip and easy to spin in the air. Decimal coins are generally considered to be too small and light, and they don't fly so well. The design of pre-1939 pennies had the sovereign's head on the obverse, which is the front, and the reverse was totally covered in writing, making the result very easy and quick to see. Pennies can often be observed being used at games on Anzac Day, as they are brought out specifically for this purpose each year. The exact origins of Two Up are obscure, but it seems to have evolved from pitch and toss, a gambling game involving tossing a single coin into the air and wagering on the results. Two Up was popular amongst poorer English and Irish citizens in the 18th century. The predilection of the convicts for this game was noted as early as 1798 by New South Wales' first judge advocate, as well as the lack of skill involved and large losses. By the 1850s, the 2-coin form was being played on the goldfields of the eastern colonies, and it was spread across the country following subsequent gold rushes. Two Up was played extensively by Australia's soldiers during World War I. Gambling games to which a blind eye was cast became a regular part of Anzac Day celebrations for returned soldiers, although Two Up was illegal at all other times. As time passed, increasingly elaborate illegal Two Up schools grew around Australia, a colourful history of course, to the consternation of authorities. But with the backing of corrupt police, the legendary Thomo's Two Up School, which operated at various locations in Surrey Hills, Sydney, from the early years of the 20th century until at least 1979, was one of Australia's first major illegal gambling operations. The popularity of Two Up declined after the 1950s as more sophisticated forms of gambling like baccarat gained popularity in illegal gaming houses, and poker machines, also known as slot machines, were legalised in clubs. Legal Two Up arrived with its introduction as a table game at the new casino in Hobart back in 1973, but is now only offered in Perth's Burstwood Entertainment Complex and Melbourne's Crown Casino and Entertainment Complex. Two Up has also been legalised on Anzac Day, when it is played in returned servicemen's leagues clubs, also known as RSLs, and hotels. Several tourists Two Up schools in the outback have also been legalised under the New South Wales Gambling Act 1998. Two Up, playing Two Up in New South Wales is not unlawful on Anzac Day. Next year, Two Up is expected to be yet bigger and better than ever at the Caboolture RSL on Anzac Day afternoon.